Professor.
Hello, Mehdi. How are you?
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again.
Thank
too.
you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for accepting our interview session and let us to ask you again some questions. Yes.
Most welcome. It's my pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to be able to talk about Ichimoku. And today, you prepare some questions about these books.
Of course.
So it's going to be a very interesting conversation or interview to me.
Yes, I prepared some questions regarding the background of the authors and background of this series, book series. And if you let me, I want to ask you.
Okay.
I know it will be so interesting for me and also for audiences.
Sure. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so would you start from the first question?
Of course.
Okay.
If you let me, I will start.
Okay.
For the first question, if you let me, I want to ask you who is the author of this book. Would you please give us some background of him?
Okay. So I already took the memo, so I will read the memo just in case because I don't want to give the wrong information.
Many thanks for preparing it.
Yeah, you're welcome. So the author's name is Goichi Hosoda.
Yes.
And his pen name is Ichimoku Sanjin. So he has been writing these books since 1950s. And in 1930s, he actually came up with the idea of the Ichimoku books, Ichimoku strategy itself. And also he posted his analysis in the newspaper in 1930s. 1935, he posted his Ichimoku analysis on the newspaper, which was called a Miyako newspaper back then in Japan. And that became so popular because his analysis was perfect. And everything he writes, his analysis was correct. So people started to wonder, what is he using to give the analysis on the newspaper? It's so accurate. And what's the secret? So people started to write a letter to him. So he used to receive so much letters as a newspaper columnist back then from all over Japan. So, and back then, it wasn't called Ichimoku Kinko Hyo, but it was called Shinto Tenkan-sen. It was a different name. But by using the pen name Ichimoku Sanjin, he was sharing the analysis in the newspaper. And after World War II ended in 1950s, he actually taught 3 people. He selected 3 people only to share the knowledge of Ichimoku. And they became successful traders, very rich and successful traders. And even so, he actually taught these 3 people, but he didn't want these 3 people to share this knowledge in public. So he made a contract, a confidentiality contract for 10 years. Don't tell the knowledge to anyone for 10 years. Then he shared knowledge for 3 people. And after, like about 20 years later, so that would be about late 1960s, like 1969, he officially published the first book of Ichimoku.
The first.
Yeah. And
what is the title of that? So sorry.
Yeah, the first book title is Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the first volume. And I will tell you all these volumes and what exactly written and how he wrote every single books in today's video.
Excellent.
But so he made like a confidentiality contract for 10 years for 3 people. And after 20 years or so, he thought it would be, I think, good timing. It's okay now because it was 10 years confidentiality contract and it's been over 20 years now. So upon agreement of these 3 people, he decided to be open on this knowledge. And that's how he started the first book.
The first.
In 1969.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. For the second question, if you let me, I want to ask you, what does the concept of each book, what is written mainly in each book?
Yeah, so each book has different topics and different titles.
Yes, yes.
So he has been a successful trader. Goichi Hosoda has been a professional and successful trader because he has been analyzing the markets every single day. And he has been so much passionate about analyzing the market and trading the market through Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. So originally his intention was not to share. He was actually doing that by his own to trade and also to just write some column in the newspaper, that's it. So, so based on the request of the people who wants to know these knowledges, he started to write the first book. Yes. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, but two are double. So these two are the first original book. But these two are exactly the same. So I have 2 copies of the first one and 2 copies of the second volume. So basically these are the same.
The same.
So basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 volumes.
6 volumes.
Yes. In the first book is talking about basically like 5 charts, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and span. Senko span A, Senko span B, Chikou span, about the span, and also time cycle, and also fundamentals.
Yes.
Yeah, and each book has the charts attached. For example, this book, this is the cover, and this is the book here. And in the book, this first one has these 5 papers,
yes.
And these are the charts. Handwritten by Goichi Hosoda. These are the original charts.
Very nice.
Yeah, so whenever he explains about the markets in Ichimoku, he mentions check number 1 paper, check number 3 paper. Yeah, and look at this date in this year. And there is a, let's say, Kumo breakout or Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, gold cross. And after that, the market goes up and down. So he talks about in this book, there's no charts. So charts are different here, yes. So when I read and study Ichimoku, I go back and forth between the book and the charts and study continuously. So coming back to the topic, so the first book is talking about those basics of Ichimoku.
Basics of Ichimoku.
Yes.
And one question here I want to ask about the examples of the first book. The example charts are from which market?
These are the markets of Japanese stock markets and Nikkei 225 and also Dow Jones.
Dow Jones.
Yes.
Okay. What's the second book, the concept of the second book?
Yeah.
Yes.
So second book is called Ichimoku Complete. It says Ichimoku Kinko Hyo and Complete.
Complete.
Yes,
yes,
Complete. So after writing the first book, he got again so much letters, like thankful letters, and people want to know more about Ichimoku, which he was not really expected. So he decided to write the second one. And this book talks about more deeper level of Ichimoku, about the henkabi, time cycles, and spans again, and Kihon Suchi, Taito Suchi concepts, and the waves. We call it Hado, but Hado means waves. So N wave or V wave, I wave, S wave, he talks about that in this volume. And also basic form of Ichimoku, like Sandan, as a trend, set of the trend. Sandan, he talks about that, and V wave, before the retracement, and also strength of the wave, etc.
Yes.
So he talks more about not only 5 lines, but also more in-depth analysis, in-depth knowledge through the 5 lines, including these time cycles and also the price theory too. And he also introduces, usually he explains based on the candlesticks, but in this book he also introduces the kagi ashi. Kagi ashi is a type of the candlesticks, but it's not the candlesticks, it's a Japanese original chart.
Yes.
Just like Heikin Ashi, Renko Ashi.
Yes.
Yeah, there is something called Kagi Ashi.
Kagi Ashi.
And he talks about that in this book also.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the concept of the third book? What is written in the third book?
Yeah, so the third book is called Ichimoku Weekly. So after reading these two books, some people are busy.
Yes.
They are working every day. But if you follow Ichimoku, you have to check the market every day. And because back then there was no PC, everything was handwritten.
Yes.
So even drawing the candlesticks on the daily time frame, they have to do it every day. They have to take the price of the open, close, high and low, and plus 5 numbers of Ichimoku. Every day, people have to follow to create the Ichimoku chart with candlesticks. But some people are busy, they cannot do it. So in this weekly chart, this is more in focusing on the weekly time frame. Yes. And weekly time frame only, you only check once per week. Right? So yes. You don't have to check the charts every day. The weekly candlesticks are, open, close, high and low every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
Once
not
per
every
week.
day, right?
Yes.
So he created his own technique to be able to read the market on the weekly time frame. And that's the weekly book. Yeah, for those who are busy people.
Yes, yes.
And the weekly is called Kyushu Ashi. This is different from the 5 lines, different from the candlesticks. It's another candlestick pattern.
Yes.
And Ichimoku Weekly Kyushu Ashi has its own techniques like B pattern, Y pattern, and some other patterns, and top and bottom of the market, yes. And also the price theory. It was also incorporated with the Kyushu Ashi.
Excellent.
So,
excellent.
Yeah.
About the Force book, would you please explain the concept of it and what is mainly written in it?
Yeah, so the Force book is called, this one is the Force one. My best Keifu is the Force one. And this one is coming with a book and also this booklet. Yes, this shows all about the stock markets. Every day, yes. It shows the stock markets price levels. These are every single stock markets written. Excellent. And all in numbers. So what this book talks about is that, again, so he got a lot of positive messages after he published these 3 books. And even lots of people came into Tokyo from all over Japan really to meet him and thank him his work. And also just to get to know each other more. So he became popular, very popular in Japan after writing these 3 books. He became well known in Japan. But after that, he got severe illness, almost to death. He's got very severe illness, danger of life. So then after looking back these 3 books, he thought there is something more that I have to share. He felt more like a life mission to share before he passes away.
Yes.
And also, after reviewing these messages, he's got the feedbacks of the traders that it's still difficult to... Ichimoku is great. Ichimoku works really well. But people still want to know how to select the best market to trade. The markets are, there are so many markets in stock. But the question is now how to select the best market to trade. Sure. And so this book talks about how to select the best market to trade based on what he wrote in the past in 3 books.
3 books. Yes, yes. And about the 5th book, I want to ask you about the concept of that also and what it speaks about.
Yeah, so the 5th book talks about the process, more of the process of his studies.
Yes.
How he has been studying Ichimoku, how he has been creating Ichimoku, yes. And the concepts behind. So he talks about this one. This is called Ichimoku Synthetic.
Synthetic.
Yes, that's the title of the book. And so, and also after reviewing these 4 books,
Yes.
he also added more information that can fill the gaps between in the knowledge of these 4 books.
4 books. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what's written here. Yes.
Okay. And the last one, what is the concept of it?
Yes. So in fact, between this one, between the 5th book and this one, there is one more.
Yes.
But it's missing. I don't have that book.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the 7th volume, the last one.
Yes.
And this one is only available in Japanese National Library, but I happened to find one in public.
Congratulations.
So I bought it and I have it.
Yes. Yes.
So this 6th volume and 7th volumes are very rare in Japan. And this title, especially the 7th volume, the title is called Ichimoku Kinko Hyo, True Technique.
True technique.
Yes, and market intuitions and training, like fast track training techniques.
Yes.
That's the title of this book.
Very nice. And would you please explain about the 6th volume? What is the concept of that book also?
Yeah, 6th volume concept was more about the Ichimoku integration. Like how to use this, not only the 5 lines, but also the candlesticks and Kyushu Ashi and Keifu pattern. Keifu is this one.
Oh, yes.
How to check, how to select the best market, Keifu.
Yes, yes.
And how to incorporate these more and into analysis. And he introduces lots and lots of market examples. And plus, Ichimoku was created originally to trade stock markets. He also adds the volumes of the stock markets and also the momentum of the stock markets as well.
Excellent.
That's about the 6th volume.
The 6th volume.
Yeah.
Very nice. If you let me, I want to ask you who are the primary readers of this Ichimoku series book? Is it more suited for beginners or experienced traders?
Yeah, these are suited more experienced traders.
Experienced.
Yes, because even myself, I was trading for a few years before I bought this first volume. But even me, I was very confusing when I first read the book. So definitely this is for advanced, intermediate to advanced traders.
Yes, yes. Even the first volume, you mean?
Yes, even the first volume.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
You mean they should have more insight into the price action and into the candlesticks and then come to these books?
Yes, not only techniques, but also you have to know what is the market is all about and what is how the market's moving and what's involved, the fundamentals. You better have these knowledges before you read these books.
Excellent. How do the books incorporate Japanese trading philosophies or cultural perspectives that might differ from Western trading approaches?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
Thank you.
Yeah, so he was a Buddhist. So lots of his philosophies are coming from the Buddhism. And I learned a lot about the way he explains about the market and Ichimoku. And I think it's completely opposite from Western philosophy. Like, for example, Ichimoku doesn't say 100%.
Yes, yes.
But Western tends to more become 100% definitions. Like if this becomes this, it's 100% like rules. Ichimoku has rules also, but it's more flexible because markets are changing over time. So you make the analysis right now, but tomorrow may be different. Yes. And the day after may be different. And it's okay. Because he says we are here to know the presence of the market. But we're not here to predict the future. Yes. If you know, let's say, how the market has been coming in the past and what exactly the price is right now, then you can project you can forecast the future, logically, rationally, and objectively. But it's not to predict the future. It's not to believe how the market will go. So that's, I think, one of the very different concept philosophies.
Excellent, excellent. Do you remember any other philosophies or cultural perspectives of Japanese trading?
Yeah. For example, let's say he says, trade as if you have no positions.
Excellent.
Yes. For example, when you have the position, when you buy, you see some analysis, you see some markets, whatever strategies it may be, you think the price goes up from there. That's why you buy, right?
Yes.
And even so, from the moment when you buy, you have bias on the market that the market should go up.
Yes.
But if it doesn't happen, then you may have some frustrations or psychology, emotion. So he says, trade as if you have no positions.
No positions.
So even if you buy, don't think that the price goes up your way.
Excellent.
Yeah, if it goes against it, you have to know what to do. Yeah.
You should have a definite strategy and definite scenarios in those cases.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Are the books accessible to non-native Japanese speakers or those unfamiliar with technical trading jargon?
Yeah, so these are only in Japanese.
In Japanese.
So, and these are not translated in English. So they are only available in Japanese in Japan.
Yes.
And I've checked the website of the official book, official website to sell these books,
yes.
But everything's sold out now. Everything's sold out, and we have no idea like when the new copies will be available.
They do not have any plan for translation of these book series?
As far as I know, I don't think so. These are only in Japanese.
In Japanese,
yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Professor, for your
You're
time.
Welcome.
It's very nice interview, and I know the audience will learn a lot, like me. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
You.